What's up, guys? We're live on YouTube and Twitch right now. The first episode of Far Down the Rabbit Hole with my partner in crime, the Sleeping Giant, aka Jose Otero. Did I
What's
say
up,
it right?
guys? Jose, it's close enough. The Sleeping Giant. some days Will gets it right. Some days he doesn't get it right. But it's okay. Will's my guy. It's all good.
How you doing, brother? How you been, man? Good? Hanging in there?
Doing good. Been busy. You know, we launched our MMA Smash podcast. And now we launched a new stuff. I launched other new stuff, and everything's just happening really fast. So it's exciting. I got
oh my god, I know. It's crazy. It's a lot of fun right now. Don't mind me, guys. Yeah. I'm just sharing my links and we'll jump right into it.
I like that background. It's looking slick. I like the colors. I like
everything. Man. Well, we both.
The logo is really nice, man. That logo is sick.
We like that. The rabbit. You know, I wanted to do something with the rabbit. You know, so
yeah, everything came together.
Down the rabbit hole.
Man. We just started this like 48 hours ago, or maybe 76, and you're like, bam, here's the logo. Let's rock, man. Let's do this.
You know, I make things happen, brother. You know, yes. I make things happen.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. One last link to share, and then we're gonna jump right into it.
Oh wait. They don't give us no check. I'm showing their brand.
All right, here we go. Okay, let me put some things up. Here we go. Episode 1. Beers. Down the road. Jose's ready having some beers. So Jose, brother, what's up, man? How you doing, man? What scares you, man? Let's jump right into it. So what type of thing scares you? You're a fighter, you're a big tough guy. Like what scares you? You're a big dude, man.
How long is this podcast? Because a lot of things that scare me.
It's a long ass list.
I guess I'll give you two things. One, I'll give you a rational fear that really scares me, and an irrational fear that still scares the shit out of me. Rational fear, I don't know, man. Water's pretty intense, pretty scary.
Like drowning.
You know what scares me more than drowning? Tsunamis, man. I don't know. There was a point in my life where I kept having this recurring dream about tsunamis. So that shit just like fucked my head up or something. I don't know, man.
Oh my god, it's so sad that WWE wrestler Chad Gaspar, he was swimming with his son in California, and freaking I guess the tide picked up and they were trying to save him, and he told the lifeguard, take my son, and they took his son, and he ended up, his body just washed up yesterday. So sad, man.
Wow, isn't
that so jacked up, bro?
My condolences. I don't follow wrestling. You know, it's funny you say that though, because that's really strange. I don't know why, but coincidentally, this week I've seen just randomly on Facebook timeline like 4 or 5 wrestlers that are deceased now for different reasons. I don't know. It was just strange coincidence.
Life, man. Life is so crazy, man. It goes by so fast. And so what else? What else scares you besides water, man?
Irrational. How the fuck did you know?
Stop playing.
Yo, are you psychic? Is that part of your gimmick on the show? Because
I scares everybody, bro.
Yeah. All right, so I guess you had Chucky. I used to have this one fucking Chucky dream. Oh my god. You know, since you were scared of Chucky, you probably had the same dream. I'm willing to bet. But you'd be like in your bed sleeping, and you just see like his little head pop up from the side of the bed and pop up. And he'd be like, hey, Sleeping Giant. Well, I wasn't called Sleeping Giant back then, but you know, he'll say your name and shit and pop up. And then next thing you know, he's on the bed walking up to you slowly with that big ass kitchen knife, just, you know what I mean, ready to do Chucky.
Well, the thing with Chucky that was serious, he still scares me. He could get you anywhere. He could go in the elevator. He could be in the back of your car and put a bag over your head and suffocate your ass and stuff. So Chucky,
now you just get me nervous. Like how am I supposed to like? Like, what's that? You know what I'm saying? You get me nervous, bro. He's small enough too to be anywhere. That little bastard.
Yo, what scared me when I was young was like getting possessed, man. Stuff like that used to scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, man. That's fucking intense. That's
supernatural.
When I was a kid and probably into like later years of adulthood, I don't want to admit, that was really scary. But at this point in my life, I've thought to myself, damn, I don't even want to say this because I don't want to jinx anything. One of us get possessed after this. But, like, if that shit was, I don't know, I would imagine it would be more common. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just in the movie. So I like to remind myself, it's just movies, But I'll be low-key scared of that shit.
Yeah, man. No doubt. So the rabbit hole, basically the concept of this show is that we're going to go deep on, like, unsolved mysteries, really crazy shit that happened on the internet. It's like endless. There's so many crazy freaking stories out there. So we're going deep, guys. And we're going to try and scare the crap out of you.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Go ahead, brother. Anytime.
So what, so what? You thought the show was just gonna be about you interrogating me? I want to know what your fears are. Well, give me an irrational and irrational fear of Will Colazo.
Irrational fear?
Give me one of each. One of each. You could give me two of each if you're feeling generous.
Heights, man, like falling off like a building or something like that. That always scared the crap out of me, man. Yeah. I'm so bad where I actually get vertigo, man. It bugs me out.
Oh, really? So what do you experience when you get that? What does it feel like? Like I know what it is, but I want to hear it.
Yeah, you just really dizziness. You just lose your balance. You just it's a really just bugged out feeling, bro. I don't know how to explain it.
You know, it's crazy because ironically, that's not helpful. Like if you're afraid of falling and you get dizzy, like damn, that's ironic, man. So what about irrational?
Irrational? Oh my god, so many things, bro.
All right, so you're worrisome fella.
What would really bug me out? I don't know, man. I guess just sleeping and waking up in the morning and somebody's just standing in your door, like a clown or something's looking through your window and you can see him looking. That bugs me out. Oh no,
that
like
sounds creepy.
What is this crazy motherfucker about to do? That kind of bugs me out.
No doubt. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to keep you from your segue. I ruined your segue. It's okay though because you run this ship. So just be like, okay, back to it.
So
you know, I was curious what you was thinking. You know, when you ask me a question, tell me what you're thinking too. I want to know.
Yeah. So we're gonna start you small. We're gonna get you with some videos right now. All right.
All right. You're gonna hit me lightly. Okay, good.
We're gonna hit you lightly. I want to see your reaction to this video right now.
Okay.
This shit was supposed to be mad real. These guys' reaction, there was definitely something going on when they recorded this. People, I don't think it's fake, man. I don't think it's fake. I think that it's the real deal, Holyfields. Sorry, guys, for the fight talk. We are, you know, the MMA. All right, where did I got it right here? Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so I want you to check this video out, brother, and tell me what you think. Can you see it good?
Hopefully we'll find out when you play it.
All right, hopefully you can hear it. I'm gonna put the volume way up. Okay, let's go.
You know what might help me? I can make my screen a little bigger.
Can you hear it good?
I don't hear anything. Excuse me.
You don't hear it?
No. Now
you hear it now?
I hear a little something now, yeah. You know what it is? I think you got to unplug your headphones when you want us to hear audio. That was something I figured out recently. So like your mic will pick up your computer.
Go ahead, try it like that. Yeah.
Now I can hear. Yeah.
Okay.
See what happens if you go full screen. See if maybe I can see a little bigger. Okay, nice. All right, so it did make it bigger. Yeah. Now I can see it pretty good. Like pretty good.
And you can hear it okay?
Yeah. I've actually seen this video before.
So explain to them what's happening.
Oh man, I love.
Explain to them what's happening.
I love that little hop skip. It's hard to explain what's happening. There was a car driving down a dark alley, and there's what looks like a woman in a white dress, hunched over. Her back is all gnarled up, fucked up, and she's like doing this little hop skip. I think she got a weapon, this little stick in her hand or something. Her hair is just hanging. It looks all knotted. You can barely see her face. She's definitely suspicious. She looks maybe demon, maybe a deranged lady. People in the car panicking and fucking screaming. They're reversing. It says the figure chases them down the road. I got a lot of things I think about this video. I've actually seen this video. I spend nights where I get bored and I'll just check out spooky shit like that.
Yeah. So what do you think? Real or fake? What's your opinion on it?
It's real in the sense that I believe there's a person in the road. As far as I don't know. It's hard to say. I hate to ruin the fun and question the authenticity.
No, that's what I want you to do. See, that's what I thought. But the way they're screaming, bro, the way they're screaming was pretty scary, man.
I mean, it could be it's either or. It could be a prank, or it could be staged. And if it's staged, they're incredible actors. If it's a prank, it's a risky prank because if I was driving a car, I would have ran that bitch over. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just being real with y'all. So that's what I was thinking about that video. So I hope it's staged because whoever got the balls to do that, they're crazy, man. That shit is scary. You see her with that little hop skip shit she was doing?
And just their reaction was just so authentic though. That's what makes me think it was real. That's what
I mean, it could be, to be 100% honest with you. You know, this show's gonna get weird, so let's get it out the way. I kind of believe in spirits. You know what I'm saying? I do. I believe in spirits. You know what I'm saying? So I could be open minded to the idea. But as far as the video, you know, it's just hard to imagine. Like, what would it be then? Like a demon, evil spirit? You know, like when I imagine spirits and shit, it's not so fleshy. She looked like real, organic, fleshy. You know what I mean? That makes any sense.
Hang on 1 second. See, now this is gonna bug you out.
What would you do in that situation? I guess
I'll be running in the back seat, bro. I'll be screaming in the back seat.
Like you're inside of a giant weapon. Like, so you don't think about running over, or am I just violent?
You would have just smashed the ass?
I mean, if you really think, well, actually, you know what? Come think of it, nah, maybe not. Because I'm like, what if it's just some crazy ass old lady? Somebody's grandma is just walking down the street with a bad leg. It just looks like, you know, a demon. It's possible. It's a possibility, though, right?
The crazy part about this in Japanese like mythology, and demon mythology, this is actually like they have a demon. I can't find the picture right now.
Yeah,
that's what I was looking for. That looks just like this.
Yeah,
so it brings more realism to it.
They got a lot of
it has the cane and the head and everything.
Yeah.
Yo, somebody put it up. I can't find it right now, but I wanted to show you that. That's the part I was looking for now.
They got a lot of scary shit out there. You know, maybe possibly they do have certain things that maybe they only experience in their country. Like, it's gonna be a weird statement, but not believe all legends and folklore gotta have maybe some partial at least truth to it. And and then when it does, it's region based. You know what I'm saying? Like, possibly, like, there's matchups. There's things, if you look at ancient civilizations, or you look at you know, you look at regions back in the time, they all have a different name for the same type of monster or whatever idea. But then you have stuff that's like exclusive to the area. So maybe Japan, like, something's going on. They you know, the culture heavily believes in demonology, and there's some scary shit over there. That shit is rough.
That's a good topic. Urban legends.
Shit, I don't know how they sleep at night, bro. Like, their children, think about it. Their children grow up knowing those, like, they got the wickedest legends. Like, think about the scary stories we're taught growing up. That shit is light compared to those demons and demonology and Japanese. You know what I mean?
In the Philippines, it's like that too. They tell them as kids the most scariest stories about this demon that's like headless and it comes to you.
And what we got Disney movies.
So what about
our like good stories?
So we got the Jersey Devil, right, in New Jersey.
Okay.
We don't got one,
which is kind of lame. That legend's not even that good.
I guess the Blair Witch Project, that was the guy who created it.
Nah, that was fake. That was fake. Yeah.
What else?
You know, it's a good one. The Mothman. That's American, right?
Yeah, Mothman Prophecy.
That shit is scary. Mothman movie scared the fuck out of me.
That was kind of. That
you know, that's back when. That's a true story, and that's back when true stories were kind of pretty legit. You know, nowadays they make up man shit and call it true.
The Mothman was a true story?
What was that?
The Mothman was a true story? I wasn't aware of that.
The Richard Gere Mothman. Yeah. It was a true story. Events really took place, and there was a guy who really reported that it was going to happen. You know, he got ridiculed, I think, like possibly being, we seem to have lost a co-host. I don't know if I'm kicked out. He's kicked out, and I'm still streaming. So in the event that we're waiting for him to get back in and still recording, I'm gonna ramble on for a couple more seconds instead of just staring at myself. Now I'm by myself, but I still think I'm in the channel. Interesting, guys. Why is this? What were we talking about that they didn't want us to talk about? I dead ass think this is still recorded. I had nothing to do with this. I didn't hijack this. I'm not a hacker. We've lost Will. He's been kidnapped live. He's been kidnapped live. All right. My host is missing. If anyone has seen Will Colazzo, there he goes. Oh my God. I was starting to worry. Oh,
bro.
Oh, Will, you're back. Will, I thought they took you, Will. What were we talking
about
they didn't want us to talk about?
We're
I think we're live the whole time, bro.
We're live on the Smash podcast. Sorry about that, guys. We lost
it. You just took it to the Facebook?
Yeah, something happened.
I wonder if it caught that whole shit. I just stared at myself for a little while, and then I just started running with it, bro. It was good material, though. It's good material, I think. You know, good bloopers.
Sorry, guys. First show problems, man. I don't know what happened there. We're live on Smash, though.
Nice. Yeah, it was probably because you added in a stream while we were streaming.
That's probably what it was. All right, so we good now. Sorry about that. My apologies, people. My apologies.
And it still records. So that whole time, you got like a whole minute where I just had to run with the show, bro.
Good job, bro. All right, so we'll get to order. All right, we had some stuff. We're back. All right, what were we talking about? We were talking about.
Well, you're back. I've been here this whole time, bro.
So we have the Mothman prophecies.
Oh, the Mothman, yeah.
What do you think of Slender Man? You know anything about Slender Man?
Slender Man, I know a little bit about Slender Man. Not too much, so I could be wrong, but I think that's just bullshit. I think that's one of those modern day boring legends that try to scare you.
Now, you know what scares me? I'm going to go deep here. You know what scares me? Internet forums. Internet forums scare me.
You know,
bro.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. There's some creepy people out there.
Oh, look, it was good to switch to Facebook because, look, we got viewers already. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, yeah, I should probably share that.
That's what happened.
How familiar are you with the Mothman? Yo, the Mothman prophecies, a person really like, oh, you know what, man? Let's not even talk about Mothman prophecy. Have you ever seen the movie? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm saying that internet forums scare me, bro. I'm telling you right now.
So what about them scares you? Tell me.
Bro, let me tell you this right now. There's a forum called 4chan, right? 4chan.
Okay.
Bro, some of the sickest, most deranged people on there. The stuff they talk about on there. And Reddit. Also Reddit, if you go deep into Reddit, right? Yeah, there's subforums that I don't even want to talk about, bro. That I don't even want to talk about. That it's so messed up. We'll save it for another show. I don't want to disturb people.
Oh,
but that's why internet.
I see what he left a cliffhanger on you guys, so you can tune in. You can tune into that. This guy's good. You're good.
And when I was younger, I went on the dark web, bro. Right?
Oh shit! You was never saying that. How young were you when you went on the dark
web? Bro, the craziest thing that I found on there. They had a guide. Somebody made a guide how to kidnap a kid. Jesus, bro, how bugged out is that, bro?
Real dark. That's real bug.
That's real dark.
I did not see that coming.
I'm telling you, bro.
Who invents a guide for that shit? Jeez. The world today. Well, I don't even want to say the world today. Too many people say that. They say the world today. The world's been fucked up. If you look at medieval times, I mean, you look at our own country. Yeah. Our forefathers, what they did in Hellfire Club. Yup, I'm dropping stuff for you guys.
Nah, tell me about that. What's up? Tell me.
What you don't know about the Hellfire Club?
Nah, tell me, bro. Elaborate.
That might offend a lot of people, but it's 100% true story. Y'all could look it up. Oh,
I gotta hear this, bro. You're bugging me out now.
Our forefathers had a group, a private members only club called the Hellfire Club, where they tortured and mutilated people, women, children. Who your forefathers, bro? The people in school that they like. This person,
Abraham Lincoln. You're saying this?
I don't know about Abe. We got to check about Abe, but definitely George.
Bro, you're on some Freemason shit right now.
George. I mean, it's not even a shot at them.
I mean, he did have those.
They make me nervous. They make me nervous.
He had those crazy with teeth.
But I'm not saying they was involved in that. But specifically, our forefathers had diaries. They spoke about this proudly. You know, it's twisted shit. Yo, you guys don't even know the half. Like, what's his name again? Albert Einstein. You know, Albert Einstein had diaries. He had a fetish. You know what fetish he had?
Damn, bro. I don't want to know. What did he have?
He had a fetish for like flagellants.
Like farting?
That's probably the beginning of it.
Like he wanted girls to fart in his face one.
Fart, poop, all that. He wanted a poop Sunday.
Oh, God.
Poop shake. Poop platter.
Who told you this? How'd you get?
Who told me? It's the internet, man. You know the internet don't lie. Listen, these guys, right? They wrote diaries back in the day with their little ink pen. And the little,
see, now this shit is creepy. This is creepy.
Yo, people are creepy. Yeah, you know what? The show was supposed to go into paranormal and this and that, supernatural and unexplained.
But people are the scariest thing.
Yeah, let's start with people. I'm just sharing this. Apologies for staring at my phone.
It's all good. It's all good. Now,
back to the flag.
When I lost connection, the podcast kept going. Right. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first show, so we're getting everything technical. Okay, good. All right.
It kept going. I carried us on our back.
You the man.
Thank you. I'm just teasing you, but I'm just having fun.
So keep going. Get into the weird. I love it. This is what we're about.
Albert Einstein, just so you guys know, he didn't just invent a bunch of stuff. He was kind of weird. You know what I mean? He used to send love letters to all his mistresses, which he had like 100.
What?
Oh, damn. What do you know, bro? I'm about to take you down the rabbit hole. You're supposed to take me down the rabbit hole. What's going on?
Do you know he's the one who wrote the president? Wrote the president. He wrote the letter to the he wrote
Are you drinking up my secret?
Stop making me laugh, bro. He wrote a letter to I saw the handwritten letter he wrote to the president warning him that
That's why I laughed, because when you said you saw it, so I was like, oh shit, Will was there. So this shit I know it's true. I believe Will.
You got me dying. Yo, he wrote a handwritten letter warning them that Nazi Germany had nuclear powers, bro.
Okay, all right. He was
nuclear weapons, not powers. They didn't have powers like X-Men.
Yo, shit, powers. You know what? We got to get into MK Ultra. That's some shit.
So he was a great man, even though he smelling farts and that shit. He was a great man.
Yeah, he probably had cool things about him, like inventing stuff. But MC2 equals squared and all that. But
he saved the world from being taken over by the Nazis, bro.
Guys, I can't give you word for word. I could kind of paraphrase. You guys got to look it up. But, he used to write love letters like, I can't wait to smell your nasty ass fart again. He used to do all these beautiful sounding words.
I can't wait to smell your nasty ass or your nasty ass farts.
No, that's me doing ghetto paraphrasing. He used to say he used to talk like fucking Shakespeare. And he'd be like, the fragrance wallows in the air and I get a woof in the nostrils, whatever the fuck. He used to love, used to be your feminine farts somewhere like little puts and somewhere like loud thunder. He used to say weird, wild shit.
That's a big
What's
thing.
Up, Christian?
Hey, Christian, the Bloody Nun. This guy's a legend.
Incredible job of the Bloody Nun.
Christian is great, man. He's the ultimate warrior in modern day, man. He's the man.
He's gonna love the show. He knows a lot of rabbit.
But that's stuff. Big, yo. That's the fart community, bro. That's
the fart community.
The fart smelling community. It's real and it's alive. It's not my thing.
You gotta respect everybody. So you fart people, y'all cool too, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cool too. You like eating farts? You like eating farts, man.
Yo, he used to talk about the poop, diarrhea. It was bad, bro.
Oh damn, that's too much.
But it's still not as bad as the Hellfire Club. They killed people, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, hey, these people are good people. If you look at history's fucked up. All our pioneers were fucked up individuals with dysfunction. It was, that's the reality of it. I'm a truth guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what they say, man. You get into conspiracies like that whole Pizzagate thing with the molestation and all that stuff.
It's not a conspiracy. These are their diaries.
Wow, I didn't even know these existed.
Yeah. This is a common.
Tell me another one. Tell me another one. This is good. Let's get into this.
I meant to say it's public knowledge. But what you was gonna ask me? What you was gonna say?
No, I said get into more. Tell me another one. Christian asks, who is Khabib fighting next? That's the MMA show tomorrow, Christian, but he's fighting Justin Gaethje next.
Khabib. I guess
this is our scary show. This is our scary show.
It takes a second. Khabib might not be fighting for a while. Y'all can hear that on the microphone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the background. All right, let me give you a second. My fiance is watching TV on the couch, and if you fall asleep, the headphones shut off.
Oh,
so I'm gonna go wake her up and send her to bed.
Go do your thing.
Ask Christian the question.
Hey, Christian, if you have any scary experiences, scary stories, tell me, man. I would love to hear them. I would love to hear them, brother. This is the show called Far Down the Rabbit Hole. We're exploring scary stuff, scary experiences, and scary unsolved mysteries. I got a bunch of them I'm going to bring up in a little bit. Going down a little different route here, This is our first show, so we're working out the kinks right now. We're getting it together, though. I lost connection for a little bit. I was trying to do something, but we're back online. So basically, Jose is telling me about famous people with diaries about all the crazy stuff they're into. He was just saying how Albert Einstein was into some freaky deaky stuff. I don't know if it's true. I don't want to believe it, but we'll see. I'll have to research it more. So what do you think of this pandemic, Kristen? It's scary, right, man? It's going to be over soon, I hope. I hope it's going to be over, and thank God it's not Ebola.
Sorry, guys, I'm back.
That's scary, man. A virus like we're having now, but imagine like an Ebola virus was out of control like this.
Shit, that sounds scary.
Kristen says it's all Hollywood and all fake. A lot of people believe that. A lot of people believe that right now. That's all about the politicians, the Democrats, the left, the left wingers trying to get that money, trying to get that victory over Trump. You never know. You never know. So go ahead, Jose, elaborate more. What else you got? You were talking about some really interesting stuff.
Well, no, we were just it came up at the moment, there's a lot of weird things and peculiar things to downright disturbing things that you could discover by all the people that they tell you are icons and even political figures, modern, old. Everybody got their skeletons, you know what I mean? And I'm the type of guy, I'll look up the skeletons in the closet.
Bro, that's like David Carradine. I was thinking about the other day. David Carradine, speaking of the closet, he died in the closet. Bro, he was masturbating in the closet and he choked himself out and died.
I didn't know who
you didn't even know that? From Kung Fu.
I'm just like, yeah, all right, I'm just flowing. And then you got to that part, and I'm just like, whoa.
Bro, he was like in Thailand, and they had him like this. He's all fragile and dead. They put the picture on the newspaper. He hung himself naked with his pants down.
Was he like a famous person? Is that the guy
from from Kung Fu and Kill Bill?
Okay, yeah. You know what? Some people say he was like killed and framed to look that way. Excuse me. Who knows? I don't know who his enemies were, but I know sometimes people legit do get taken out, and they make it look like an accident. And by that I mean whoever the fuck killed them, make it look like an accident, whatever, freak accident, suicide.
Christian has a question for you, Jose. He says, ask Jose about what is it? Androchrome?
To be honest, right now, and I'm not just playing dumb, but I don't know what he's referring to. I'm assuming he would think I would know. I'm assuming it might have to do with Lyme disease. He could correct me if I'm wrong. I have Lyme disease.
Do you really?
Lyme disease. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've been fighting with Lyme disease for years.
I had no idea, brother. How is it, man?
And they say I have like I don't know the exact terms and shit because I kind of like whatever. I just deal with it. But they say like I got a bad or I had a bad because it could kind of fluctuate depending on. There's triggers, so depending on how you eat, how you sleep, how you manage stress, and when you first get it, right, it builds up in your body. It can get really bad. They give you I was on antibiotics for 3 or 4 months. I had to take like fucking 2 or 3 cycles to get rid of that first I don't know how to say first batch of invaders.
Yeah.
But and then it got better. So it comes and goes. It gets bad. That title fight I lost, I had a second bout of it because when you get Lyme disease, it could come back. And I got bit by a second tick, and I got Rocky Mountain fever.
Damn.
So I got Rocky Mountain fever twice, believe it or not. I don't like ticks, bro. They fucking scare me.
I hate them too, man. I was just walking my dog, and he was in the grass.
Yeah.
I checked myself. I thought I felt a pinch on my leg, but I didn't have nothing.
Yo, I got really sick. They ran some tests on me, and they literally told me all my organs were inflamed and
oh my god,
swollen from the Rocky Mountain fever. So they had to put me on medicine for that shit. It took months.
That was one of my fears getting Lyme disease, bro, because I thought I would never be able to train or fight again, bro. That's why I was always so scared of it.
I know some fighters that got it, and they stopped. I guess for everybody, Lyme disease is a little different because for some people it could get real bad. I've had it bad, but for the most part, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't hold me back, or at least I don't think. And that could be why maybe I have bad days, have bad weeks. You go through phases with it.
Okay, let's
All right, so what's good about the show is throughout this entire show, people are going to get little tidbits that they can go look up. And that's good.
Yeah.
I believe people should seek the truth, their own truths, whatever.
Androchrome is a chemical that affects your brain. That's what it is.
Nice. You know what chemicals that affect your brain? I like. I mean, there's a lot of them probably, but like DMT. We gotta touch upon DMT one day. Absolutely.
DMT, yeah, you see stuff,
Christian,
man.
you know what DMT is? Yo, they classify DMT.
Christian, listen, Christian has lived the life. He has done it all, man. Christian grew up in the New York City
You've
club
done DMT,
scene.
If
Yo,
you
Christian
have,
was
if
Christian
you have
was
commercial right now. Listen, DMT.
Christian, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Christian
Yeah.
was one of the New York City original club kids that used to go to all the freaking parties with all the famous people,
Nice.
all the craziest clubs in New York City. Christian, what was the craziest thing you ever saw, or scariest thing you ever saw in the club nights, man? Because you were out there. You were in the prime of it. You ever see the movie Monster? Yeah, he's saying Lyme disease affects the brain. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it affects tons of shit. Yo, Lyme
It
disease
exhausts him.
nasty, bro. When it kicks up,
The tunnel. He said the tunnel is the craziest.
To be honest, right now I'm not picking up his references. I haven't slept much this week. I'm a little tipsy.
The tunnel was a big crazy rave club in the city where they used to get down.
That's what he's talking about. Yeah,
anything went.
I've been to a rave only once. Will you ever been to a rave? The rave I've been to is scary.
Not really.
Scary shit. Yeah, I went to this rave one time. I visited Houston, Texas. So my godbrother out there, he's like, bro, you know, he's from Brooklyn like me, right? We were born and raised in Brooklyn. So we're like city kids, and city kids don't see certain things. So a rave to us is weird. It's bugged out. He takes me to a rave. There's like 3,000 people in this like weird warehouse with all these catwalks and scaffoldings inside. I don't know how to fucking.
Oh, you went to like a rave, like a
like a rave, like some I guess underground illegal shit. I couldn't see shit. I couldn't stand nowhere. The music was like bang, bang, bang in my head. It wasn't the funnest time. But you know what's funny is that, you know, growing up in Brooklyn, I go places and people are like, what the fuck you doing over there? It's so scary. But I don't feel scared there. But in that rave, I was so nervous. I was so scared. All the fucking hardcore drugs those people were doing, all the darkness.
Yeah.
Growing up in Brooklyn, we don't want to be in that dark ass setting. I don't know who's gonna try to rob me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy. You know, raves are scary. It's weird.
I remember when I went to New Orleans with my girl and her friends. Christian says hot drag queens and tons of X. X is scary because it puts holes in your brains. And you don't know what you end up making out with. You could be making out with freaking no. X is some crazy shit from the 90s, man. But I remember I went to New Orleans with my girl, man. That shit was crazy. I remember there's two girls like Pamela Anderson were making out on stage, dancing. Yeah. I was like, yo, is this real? Yeah. And then we went to like this club, and I was like standing by the bar just chilling, and this nice lady, like a pretty older lady, like in her 40s, came up to me from Texas. She had a big Texas accent. She's like, hey, I'm from Texas. How are you? And she's like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from New York. And she starts talking to me and being friendly, whatever. I'm like, oh, she's a nice lady. And she's asking me all these weird questions. I'm like, yo, this is so weird. Why is this lady like trying to get to know my freaking weird looking, mean looking ass and stuff, right? And then she goes, oh, let me introduce you to my friend or whatever. And some older guy too. And he looks at me and he like does this weird smile. I was like, yo,
I think I know what this is.
My girl's right there, man. I had like a weird feeling. I don't know what they were trying to do, bro. But
you know what they were trying to do. Yo, you know what's funny? You say that
I don't know if they were trying to
every couple
they were trying to steal my kidney.
Yo, or maybe that, you know, I was thinking some like swinger shit. You know, every couple runs into some strange couple, like on a vacation somewhere, maybe at a restaurant, and they seem really cool and friendly. You're like, yo, these people seem cool. You know, maybe we'll get to know them. Maybe we'll have a dinner. Yeah, and then they start saying a little funny sideways shit. And you're like, whoa, wait a second. where is this going? They're making me uncomfortable. I feel like everybody's experienced that at least once or twice, you know, in a relationship. Yo, some people wear like that, man.
Yeah, Christian says Tunnel Club USA Sound Factor. Christian, we would actually like to bring you on one episode and you could get deep into the details of this lifestyle that you lived back in the day, man. I would love to do that, brother. Yeah, man. That is kind of freaky to me, man. I don't know. That kind of freaky. Oh, yeah, in the Hamptons, man. When I used to work out in the Hamptons, the girls would tell me all the time about these crazy sex parties. Some girl was telling me that she went to a party with a nice older guy and she walks in and everybody's naked and there's like bowls full of condoms and stuff. After dark in the Hamptons, they get down, man. They get busy.
I mean, I believe that. You know, I used to be a musician, and one time I did some show. It was opening for like a Big Pun memorial. So anyway, I was in some club in the city. I don't even remember because to be honest, we did a lot of shows. But whatever, neither here nor there. So we're at the shit. We're on the line waiting to get in, and I'm seeing these dudes come out the back, and they're fucking wearing suits. And yo, I lie to you not. Well, each guy had two ladies. One on each thing. They came out with fucking these Rolexes and these fancy shits, the suits. They hopped in limos, limousines. They going in and out, right? So whatever, the show goes on, get in, we do the show, everything goes cool. Then they say, all right, we're bringing all the artists downstairs to take photos and pictures and shit for like a magazine. Yeah. So I go downstairs, a lot of you not. And this is a major club. So I don't even remember the name, and I don't want to throw out the name because I don't want some fucking mafia guy to come break my legs or something. But yo, they take me downstairs, and they are like 100 beds downstairs. Everything is pure white. Carpets, couches everywhere, tables, chairs, and beds. These big beds were like like back in like Greek times or something, when they had like that shit flowing around the bed. Like the Playboy Man. It has to be. I've seen dudes with girls going in and out. You know what I'm saying? You go downstairs, they got 100 beds. How is everything kept white? People are walking around
sitting out like this, going in and out, or they're going in and out.
They are gotta be doing that. These are the accusations I'm making. Well, I think they have some something going on there, some legal activities. So just crazy stories. We're kind of shooting shit, vibing. Oh, now you just got it. Yeah, what are the beds for? You know what I want to know? How do they keep everything so clean? It was
so weird, bro. That's so
right.
Weird.
They gotta have like some high grade, high paid, sex trafficking.
Well, my friend told me about that when he was in Manhattan. He was younger. They went to the spot or whatever.
Mad clubs.
It was in Manhattan, and it was like a Spanish area. They went into this place, and it was all these Spanish girls talking in Spanish, telling them that they'll have sex with them for $20, $25, and stuff. They were young too.
Well, that probably like
it's so weird that places exist like that.
Yeah.
It was like
that sounds more like the club shit is like some fancy shit. As far as like some, I guess, lower level.
Like it was like they were going to chill.
Where I used to live in Long Island, to be honest with you, the spots. Like, you don't have to be a perv and go to that shit, but like, there used to be this, when I first moved out to Long Island, there was a store that was like a pizza shop, but it was a front. In the back was like some fucking I didn't want to say it, man. It was some mafia shit going on. Then they changed that shit into like this members only club. So obviously members only, no one could go in there. At night, it was packed with cars. They probably had some gambling. But anyway, the point I'm getting at is that then it becomes a bodega. And you see people going in and out the back with different girls and shit. And it was something like that. All like, it was all Latino shit. But, you got your low level, you got the high level shit, like in the clubs. That club shit was probably like all the rich people. It was all rich guys. It was these huge limos. Rich people get away with shit. The evil motherfuckers.
Great to see you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. That was a lot of fun. We'll definitely do that show with you one day, brother. Stay safe, my friend. I'll see you soon.
So what shit you got for me? You said you got some stuff, right?
I want to get more into this stuff though, man. Like the mob and all that. How scary was the mob back then?
Listen, I don't know shit about mob hits. I don't know nothing about mob hits. I just know about like
but how scary was that back then? That you had these dudes, these freaking
how scary? To be honest, I didn't find it scary.
It's scary that if you don't give them what they want, they're gonna come and put you
in
a freaking body bag and shit, and like that's crazy.
Of course. If you're dealing with them directly, absolutely, they're intense, intimidating, scary people. But what I just meant was, if you stood away from their shit, no one bothered you.
They ain't gonna bother you. Yeah, you wouldn't see them. That's true.
Exactly.
You don't make no deals.
At least that's cool. That's cool about them.
So I looked up some interesting mysteries that I was always always very interested in. All right, so we'll get into this one. I'm gonna share something.
Yeah, I love on the screen. Man, there's lots of mysteries. I'll surprise you one day with some mysteries.
Guys, and remember, this is just our intro show. It's gonna be more formatted. We're just having fun right now and just getting to know you guys. I'm Will Collazo, by the way, host of the MMA Smash podcast. This is Jose, Sleeping Giant. You can tell them about yourself, Jose, real quick.
Long story short, amateur fighter, dad, podcaster, martial artist. Me and Will are co-hosts of MMA Smash podcast. Another co-host is Chris Cope. I got a couple other podcasts. After Hour Show, Dad Fighters podcast coming soon with Bobby Campbell. So we just do a lot of different shows with different flavors. And this is like the creepy, intense murder mysteries, conspiracies, paranormal, supernatural show. After Hours is funny, bugged out. This is my second drinking show. So I used to not even drink that much into this podcast, and y'all might make me alcoholic. I'm going to blame it on you, Will, because now I got to add a second drinking show.
That's how the show
this
was
is fun
basically
stuff.
spawned. Yeah, we like scary stuff. We like interesting stuff. So
Disappearance
that's how
of
it's
the
born.
Lars. How do you even pronounce that? To be honest with you.
Disappearance of Lars Matang. Okay.
What
So
is it?
basically, Lars is a German man who disappeared on July 8th, 2014, near Varna Airport in Varna, Bulgaria. Matang was vacationing in Golden Sands, where he was involved in a fight and was unable to fly home with his friends for health reasons. Manituk was witnessed acting strangely while in Bulgaria, and days later disappeared into the forest around Varna Airport for reasons unknown. All right, you got that?
Okay.
Right? Okay, so this guy Lars was never found, Jose.
All right.
He basically went to go vacation in Bulgaria, got into a fist fight with some guys at a nightclub, got beat up a little bit so they wouldn't let him fly home, right? So he goes to the airport and starts bugging out in the airport. Bugging out. He calls his mom up and says, "Mom, they're going to kill me. People are after me. They're going to kill me. That's the last call. I'm coming home." He goes to the airport. He's seen in the airport, bro. Bugging out. Starts running. Never seen again. Right?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to drop something. I'm going to drop the actual footage on you from the airport.
Yes. I was actually going to
Oh, you know I got it. You know I got it.
Yeah, this is mysterious. It also brings to mind this other story I know of that to this day, I don't know shit about these people or the woman, but it's a mystery that bothers me.
Okay,
if I remember, we'll talk about that after.
All right, check it out. Then I want to see what you think about this. So knowing what you know.
Which gentleman is the person we talking about? Stripes or solid shirt?
Hang on,
sorry for the story.
Neither one. Go ahead. That's him with the yellow shirt.
Oh, yellow shirt guy. I jumped the gun. All right, let's watch this guy. What's going on here, yellow shirt guy? So we're watching some guy in a yellow shirt walking around the airport. He's about to start acting sporadic. Which one is it, Will?
Him, Lars, right there with the yellow
No, I'm
shirt.
saying, is it erratic or sporadic?
Erratic. Oh, you see him running.
Damn, he took off like he just robbed somebody, or he saw somebody he owes money to. All right, he's walking outside, reach for his back pocket, running.
To an airport in Germany that's probably not busy. Climbs the fence, bro. Climbs the freaking barbed wire fence. And then disappeared forever. That's the last you ever see of him.
What's back there? If there's like some natural land, is there any creeks? Is there any little?
And that's how he might look today. They just put a beard on him? Ain't that crazy?
Who knows?
So what do you think? You think
he could have died and had a freak accident? They didn't find his body. I don't know. There's not enough details of that story to really get in.
But bro, he got into a fight the night before. You think people were trying to kill him and he got scared for his life and he ran away and he just
possibility. Yeah, you never know who's the wrong person. You never know who you could run into. You know, one day you could just pop off with some dude buying a sandwich at the deli and think he's some regular ass dude and he's a fucking hitman with 30 bodies. Like it really could happen. He could be in the hood because he's visiting his grandma. Like you don't fucking know. Like you never know who he could run into. It's crazy. You know, I can think of two mysteries. Maybe you want to pull them up, maybe you don't. You know, I might get details wrong, but there's a woman. I forget how the story goes. And I forget what her fear was, but she was in the airport, just like you said, and she was acting erratic. I forgot what her problem was. But the point I'm getting at is that the people who run security, I don't know if they're officers or not, they handcuffed her, and while she was officially handcuffed, she died, and they say she strangled herself. How does someone strangle themselves while handcuffed?
Bro, I've been handcuffed.
And they never did an investigation.
Bro, I've been handcuffed for hours. Not on some freaky shit, just in training. I've been handcuffed for hours.
Yeah, you got to clarify that. When you say like for hours, you never know.
For police officer training.
I know it's not the answer.
For police officer training, if you don't know, in the police academy, they want you to know the feeling of being handcuffed, like when you do it to somebody.
Okay.
So you do it all day for hours and hours, and you lay on the floor, and they handcuff you on the floor, and it hurts, and it's painful.
Okay.
It goes into your skin.
Yeah.
And twist your wrist because it goes on easier like that. So for hours and hours, bro, when you're handcuffed and I got big shoulders, you can't choke yourself. Your arms are behind your back. There's no way, unless she was a contortionist. So I don't know how that worked.
Yeah, whether she was handcuffed in the front or the back, how does that happen? You know, another mystery that to this day bothers me. I hope you have the answers, bro. Maybe you know the answers. Do you know about the woman, Asian woman? She's in a hotel,
No,
She,
I'm no. Don't. That's the next.
Oh, you know that one?
That's the one that I'm going to bring towards you.
Oh, let's do this. Let's do this,
You
then,
want to
pal.
go
Let's
right
go.
now?
Yeah, I guess
He's talking
whatever
about.
you want to do.
He's talking about Alyssa Lamb. Elisa Lamb.
Okay, that's her name. I wasn't quite sure her name.
Okay, hang on. This is fun.
With
man.
her, there's something going on because somebody has to be involved. I'll let you get into the details. I don't want to spoil nothing. But someone has to be involved. It has to be a murder, if not supernatural. I don't fucking know.
The body of Elisa Lamb, also known as her Cantonese name, Lo Hom Yi, I killed that name, I'm sorry, was a Canadian university student in Vancouver, was recovered from a water tank atop the Cecil Hotel in downtown Los Angeles on February 19, 2013. She was being reported missing at the beginning of the month. Maintenance workers at the hotel discovered the body when investigating guest complaints of problem with the water supply. Oh my God! So people were drinking her body fluid.
Yeah, I believe it was for a couple of days too.
Does it say? Damn! So basically,
for a couple of days before they found her, they were drinking her body.
So her disappearance, basically, she was in the hotel.
They have footage of an elevator.
Yeah, you got that right now.
Yeah. She was definitely running from somebody, hiding from somebody. I wasn't there. Maybe somebody was chasing her for whatever reason. Maybe she was having some psychotic breakdown, and then ironically and coincidentally, someone killed her later for another reason. But bro, somebody killed this woman. Absolutely.
There she goes. Okay, that's Elisa.
Yeah, this is creepy how she acts here. She's definitely scared. Whether there's a real danger or it's in her head.
She could be high, though. She could be high.
I mean, it's possible, but what was interesting about the story is that she couldn't have locked herself in the water thing. Someone put her there, plain and simple. Based on the way the tank is built, she could only have gotten in there if somebody opened it up, put her in there, and then locked it behind her. In the very least, you could argue maybe she got in there herself, even though that's highly unlikely based on many factors. Just won't list at the moment. But how did she lock it from the inside and drown in the water?
That's interesting. How the hell did she get up there?
Yeah. They from what I understand, they question.
She's acting like she's possessed.
They question the handyman.
Yeah, she goes in and out of the elevator
from the suspect list. But this is absolutely.
I think she's on drugs.
It could be. Certain drugs like some fucking bath salt shit will make you bug out like that.
Look at her.
Acid, too much mushrooms.
Looks like she's about to. Let me stop. This is a real.
She might even have be on drugs and it be a psychotic breakdown.
So basically,
but somebody killed that woman. That's what I think.
Well, there was a recent update in the case not long ago, like a couple months ago, and it was ruled an accident. So basically, like he said, she was going crazy in the elevator. She ended up in the water tank and drowned and died. Like, how did she get up there? She couldn't have been in the right state of mind. She had to be influenced or something or having a mental breakdown. But it's so funny that you brought that up. You knew that was one of the things that I was going for.
Yeah.
So what's your take on it? Go ahead. Go more. You were really getting. You really got.
No. Just pretty much that. I think somebody killed her. To be honest with you. Somebody's getting away with murder, cleaning it up. I mean, it happens. Not to spoil, but I don't know if you've seen Tiger King. You seen Tiger King?
Tiger King was awesome. You want to get into some Tiger King? He was set up. She killed her husband and she fed him to the freaking tigers.
People all the time. I'll tell you a story, bro. I'm gonna tell you a real life story, right? Check this out. 100% real story. Because I'm not saying names, I probably won't get killed for it. But if I die mysteriously, you're gonna know why. But I used to know somebody, and I'm not even gonna say how I know them.
Don't give away.
I used to know somebody that told me a story that they had a family member who that family member's brother came to them one night and was like, "Listen, I'm gonna do something in your backyard. Just go to bed. I'll take care of it." And they went in the backyard and dug up a gigantic hole and put a car in it. And then covered it up.
Wow.
I got to be a body in that car. That's my assumption. You know what I'm saying? Deep, dark.
Midget or a body or something. Damn, that is a deep story, man.
It gotta be. I mean, if you murder somebody and you got somebody and you could, you got to bury the car with the body. Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean?
I remember when I was growing up in Brooklyn, we would go to the King Plaza Mall. It was a really bad mall. My dad would take me to get like KB Toy Store to get a game. And we would come in one day. It was one of the last times before we moved away. And walking through the parking lot, it was a big like level parking lot that you would have to, when you go inside those that you drive around.
Yeah.
We were driving by and we looked in a car and we saw a dude wrapped up in garbage bags and all his feet were sticking out. And I was like, Dad, look, man. And he's like, just keep walking, just keep walking.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, growing up in Brooklyn, you got to mind your business. You're taught that. I'm taught that. So I believe what your dad did was the right thing.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was a prop, man. I don't think it was a movie prop, man. That was somebody up in the bag, bro.
It probably wasn't. I'll tell you a wicked story. That's a true story. Not mine, but a friend of mine's close friend. I forget the famous story, so I mean, someone gotta look it up. But this is supposed to be a true story. Long story short, there's a subway train. There's a woman on it. She appears to be sleeping. She's held in the arms of a dude. The person I know, their cousin is there with her boyfriend, and there's like another person there, a man or woman, I forget. So the car's going, the subway car, and people are feeling like weirded out because the woman's sleeping, but something's off about her. You know what I mean? Then I forget how the story goes, but that's what it was. Somebody gets off of the car, the single person. When that person gets off of the car, they make a statement or something about like something being wrong, and the guy picks up the girl's hand and then drops it, so it drops lifeless. When the arm drops lifeless, the people like get nervous and they're like, is she okay? And he was like, nah, she's not okay. And if y'all want to die tonight too, y'all all better get the fuck off of the subway car right the fuck now.
That was a real story?
Yeah, bro. I know somebody that a family member was part of that. And supposedly they got off the train, and in the next stop, he killed himself. And he was on the subway with this woman that he killed, her dead body. And you know what? That led me to like, I look up random shit.
That's some horrible shit.
What's interesting is that people die on the MTA all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And they'll ride for fucking multiple stops before anyone else. They could ride for hours.
That's hard.
It's New York.
That's one of the scariest things, bro. That's a sick dude, man. People like that are the scariest. That motherfucker that's in the alley, that sick bastard,
Yeah. My dad used to say, don't be scared of the dead, be scared of living. Excuse me. But then my moms would be like, yeah, I saw that ghost too. You know what I'm saying? I'm Latino. I grew up like being open-minded.
I remember
I seen a lot of shit in my life, bro.
I remember I was in the city before all this shit broke out. It was right after Kobe died. It was like a really depressing rainy day.
That's
and, I would get to work like an hour early. So I would go to I would think I was in Taco Bell.
Okay.
And there was this really shady dude with a ponytail. He had like this real evil meth face and everything. And he's like going to people and they're asking them for stuff. And he just looked like a fucking maniac. I don't know what his deal was. And I just got a bad vibe. I'm usually a nice person.
Yeah.
And so
you're usually a nice person. So
yeah.
Sometimes you're a dick.
Yeah.
I got to fuck with you. I'm sorry. Go on with your story.
And he's looking at me, but I gave him like that grill, like, don't fuck with me, man. I'm eating my food. You look dirty as hell. You got like this big bump coming out of your head, like a meth.
He was hangry at the moment. He didn't want it.
He's acting people. This black kid was just chilling, young kid next to me. He asked him for money, or food or whatever. So I'm like, yo, this motherfucker better leave me alone, man. I'm just not in the mood and stuff.
Yeah.
So whatever. It's raining out. This time I want to go walk I got to walk like 6 blocks to work in the city. And I'm walking out and I see the guy again. I'm like, fuck, man. He's looking at me. He's waiting for me and shit, right? And he sees me and he's like staring at me. I'm trying to ignore him. And he's like, excuse me, can I talk to you? Can I talk to you? And I'm like, nah, man, I got to go. And he's like, and he stops and like blocks me. He's like, yo, I got to talk to you, man. So I'm like, dude, I don't want to talk to you. He's like, what's the problem, man? Dude, he's like in front of me, so I can't walk. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah.
What am I going to do? Get into a fight with this guy? So I took my wallet out. I took my badge out. And I said, yo, I'm a cop. Get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
Oh, why did you do that for? He's like, oh, what is that? That doesn't mean anything. I just want to talk to you and stuff. But it got him out of my fucking face, bro.
Yeah.
But I just knew it. He was like a creepy. He was like watching me the whole time, and he was just like a real creepy fucking.
Yo, you gotta follow your instincts, man. Yeah. I had 2 random encounters. Now that you mention that, they just popped in my head.
I'll tell you another one. I got another one when I was young. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, yes. You guys say that.
yours. Tell yours. I'll tell mine after.
Just one random night. I'm warming up my car for work. So I had a driveway, right? So I'm at the end of my driveway in my car, starting up coffee. So I got the front door open. I can see the car in the driveway. I see this dude walk up to the front of my driveway, and there's like a car, parked at the end of the driveway in the street, and he's like waving. So I come out. I'm like, yeah, it's good. Can I help you? And he's like, yo, can you come here? Can you come talk to me?
Oh, that's the oldest. Damn.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can hear you fine. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's like, nah, come here, talk to me. I don't want to say it out loud. I'm like, listen, man, I don't know you. You're gonna have to say it. Say what you got to say. And then he says some shit like, yo, I'm running out of gas. This is weird. He's like, I'm not no drug addict. And he looked like he had money, big dude. His car was a fucking, I remember correctly, it was I forget, man, but it was a nice car. I forget what was it? But it was at least like a $50,000 car. So I'm like, why the fuck he's asking for money? It had to be, I don't know, robbery or some shit. And he's like, but he's getting mad because I won't come down the driveway. And he's like, yo, come fucking talk to me. He's like, you gonna make me shout? I'm like, yeah, bro, I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? I can't help you. I'm sorry you need money. I got no money for you. And he's just standing there looking at me. I'm like, why are you still there? You know what I mean? He's like, come down, come talk to me. I'm like, bro, you asked for the money. I don't got the money. Get the fuck out of here. He said he needed gas. His car was about to break down. And he's like, but come talk to me. I'm like, I already told you I don't got the money. Why I gotta come talk to you? I was like, yo, you better get the fuck out of here. I didn't go down. Everything in my body told me do not.
Yeah, he would have pulled a knife on you or pulled a gun on you.
You know what I'm saying? Do not. As it is, I had my front door open. He caught me at my front door. I had my car running. I don't know if he went to rob my car, steal the car, and I caught him, whatever the fuck. But either way, he was being mad, pushy, and consistent.
Yeah.
And demanding. And I come down the driveway, and at that point, I'm like, bro, get the fuck off my property. And he's like, oh, you're a tough guy. I'm like, listen, come down the driveway and find out. But I'm not going down the driveway to confront you. Like, I'm not stupid, bro. So, either leave, like I asked you, because I can't help you, or come get it. You know what I mean? And he ended up leaving.
Nah, you handled that good. And never pick up hitchhikers, bro. Never, ever pick up strangers, man.
He didn't even want to get picked up. It was weird. He just wanted money. And then if I tell you I don't got no money, why do you want me to come down the driveway and talk to you?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe he's trying to get in my house. Like, I seen this video the other day. It frightened me. Some dude knocks on somebody's door. It was some random online video. And they legit look like UPS head to toe. They had a package. I think the people were even waiting for a package because they opened the door and they began to sign. Yo, you think everything is sweet. Like 6 dudes come from the side and just bum rush rush the door. And the guy in the UPS follows them in. He was part of it. You know what I mean? Crazy. You never know,
Oh, the worst video I ever is not the worst, but one of the worst I ever seen. It was like in Brazil. Brazil's fucked up. Crazy. No offense to the Brazilians, bro. I love Brazilians, but they get down in Brazil dirty sometimes.
Some countries have a lot more crime.
And it's an old man in a taxi. This is really graphic, man. An old man driving a taxi. He has his camera on. You can see him. He's just chilling in there. Some young guy about our age comes in. He has a hat on, dressed nice and everything. He looked like he probably had a coke habit or whatever.
Yeah.
He gets in the cab. The Brazilian guy asks him where he want to go. Everything. He says something. Everything's cool. Pulls out a gun. Blows the taxi driver's head off. His eye comes out. Kills him instantly. Goes through his pockets. Takes his money. Takes his wallet and bounces.
Yeah.
Don't trust people. Don't give people rides. Use that story as a lesson. Thank God the old man didn't feel any pain. He was gone instantly. But that's a true story, a true video that's out there. So
scarier than that is random murder.
Yeah.
Like last year or the year before, there was 3 incidents I could think of that I just came across randomly, where somebody was murdered for no reason at all, randomly selected by some psychopath. It was a gentleman. It breaks my heart. He was at a restaurant eating dinner with his wife and his daughter. His daughter was sitting on his lap. He had no enemies. This wasn't motivated. Some dude walking by who ate at the restaurant just stabbed him in the neck. It was the dude who killed this young black girl. He said he killed her because she was black. He was like a racist killer. It was a hate crime. Yeah. But he randomly said, today I'm killing somebody. And he went to a place and he
like that. They got those demons in their brain, bro.
Yeah. And
demons in their head and they just can't control. They're mentally disturbed, bro. They need help. And there's people out there that's like that. I seen them.
That's scary. I seen this other video. Did you see the woman in Russia who stabbed the children for no reason at all? There's a family.
And the fat lady. Yeah.
That's scares me because I got a child.
Oh my god, I'm gonna beat her ass, bro.
Yo, that video, yo, dead
Bro,
ass.
all the WWE
I would
moves.
have killed that woman. I
Bro,
would have
I
chased
would have
her.
put
She'd be dead. She'd be dead. I'll be honest with you.
Tombstone on the concrete like the Undertaker, bro.
You know, the father did the right thing, so I'm not at all knocking him. He defended his kids. He started to chase her down, and then he decided not to. At that point, the wife had it under control. Well, I wouldn't say had it under control. Your children just got stabbed. That's just scary. So again, I'm not knocking him. Maybe I would have stood behind too to double check. But also, part of me feels that I would have been like, "Yo, babe, you got that? I'm going to kill this bitch."
I would have shot her ass. I would have shot her ass.
I wouldn't have a gun. I would have killed her with my bare hands. You know, I'm not a killer, but when you stab innocent children, especially someone's children, that's their child. You know, they're gonna get animalistic. It is what it is. Yeah. I seen this video of the priest who took someone's baby during the baptism, and he must have just snapped. Maybe he was known for this. I don't know. I don't go to that church. Yeah, why do you not? You saw it, right? Smacking the baby.
Yeah.
Can I have a confession? I never in my life wanted to bite someone. I got so mad. My instinct was to bite this fucker's face off. And I found it weird. You know, it was a weird moment. I remember thinking about it for a couple of days in the shower. You know, when you're in the shower, soaping up and you think about random shit. And I was like,
really like to bite that man.
There's something wrong with me, but I would have really enjoyed biting that dude.
Yo, sometimes you gotta get primal. That's like that's like in Brazil again, where the couple found out that the babysitter was abusing their kid. So they got a camera. Yo, they beat her ass. The girl beat her up, and then the husband came with a flying drop kick and kicked her. And she went flying. Her ass went flying.
Lighting that up. You
don't hurt the kids. You don't ever hurt the kids, man. That's rule, man. You got to pay severely for that.
Yeah.
I remember the police academy. They showed us a video of a cop. He was working at some place, and the guy's like, "Excuse me, officer, can you show me where this is?" And the cop goes to turn around and look and show him. The guy pulls out a gun and kills the cop, shoots him in the head, and just runs off.
It was a story.
Yo, it's scary, man. It's crazy out there, bro.
It happened in 2012. Remember the whole hysteria in 2012? People thought the world was going to end because of the Mayan calendar. There was a woman who took her son to the gun range, and I watched this video live. You know, ironically, I've seen a lot of people die. Not because I want to, for different reasons. I've seen a lot of, crazy videos. People
that stuff gives me nightmares that I can't watch it, man. Like I've seen too much, and I got to a point where I just couldn't disturb me. There's something about somebody's soul leaving their body that I just can't,
Absolutely. It's very disturbing. It feels dirty. It feels wrong.
Let me tell you something. You know why I said there was a thing in Reddit that was so fucked up? There was one forum. I was doing research on all these things. There was one forum where they like to see dead kids, like real pictures of dead kids. I was like, yo, this shit is fucked up. Yeah. There was a 4chan of on the dark web. I don't even want to get into that because people have children.
The worst things you could think of, there's something
it's out there.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's hitmen out there. I
forgot who said it, but someone said, internet became a breeding ground for pervs, deviants, the worst parts of society use the internet to conjugate. You know what I'm saying? That's real talk. That's real shit.
Some sick motherfuckers out there.
The worst people who like feet for no reason.
Feet.
Like feet, I think the worst part is. No, I'm just kidding.
It's better than farts, bro.
Yeah, it's better than farts. I wanted to tell you that 2012 story because that kind of frightens me, right? Imagine, what frightens me? What if you're not a father, right? What if your child is a psychopath? What if your child wants to kill you? You know what I mean?
Or like a Damien type of thing?
There was this woman in 2012. I guess she never shown any signs of being crazy prior. But during the 2012 hysteria, a lot of people thought the world was going to end.
Yeah.
She was one of the people. She thought her son was the Antichrist.
Oh
she
my
took
God.
him to a gun range and live on the security camera. They played this on the news. I didn't know it was going to happen. I couldn't avoid it. I seen this dude get killed, executed.
She killed her son?
Yo, live in front of everybody. She takes the gun, she shoots down the range like you would normal, bang, 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 whatever. Then it's his turn. And without any warning, without no segue, bro, she's standing behind him. He puts up his gun to take his first shot, and she just pulls out the gun, puts it right to the back of his head, and murders him. And then people like jump her, and they're like attack her. And then she says that she killed him because he was the Antichrist and he was going to bring upon the end of the world. And she had to do something about it.
There should always be like a range master that's armed in situations and gun ranges like that,
I mean, they may have, but it happened so unexpectedly.
fast. And you don't think that, man.
Yeah, so fast. There was
and
nothing.
you don't know. There's no mental test.
Yeah, it was a woman and her son. He was of age. He was like 20-something
She
years
was
old.
sick. She was mentally disturbed.
Yeah, and she wasn't acting strange. She was acting 100%.
Yeah,
normal.
she had it planned out.
Crazy. Yeah, she planned it
She
out.
thought she was talking to some higher power. I don't even want to say God. Some higher.
I mean, the son of Sam. The son of Sam, right?
Oh God.
He thought the devil was talking to his dog, and his dog, oh no, the neighbor's dog. The neighbor's dog wouldn't stop barking. And he thought one day, because it drove him crazy, one day the dog started talking, and the dog told him to kill people. And that's how this fucker went on to go on and kill.
There's a lot of people in the blackout. He went wild. He went wild in that famous blackout, bro. Killed a lot of people.
Speaking of like voices and shit, you ever heard of the Amityville? I mean, obviously, right?
Yeah, I've seen the house. You've seen the house, right? You don't live far from there. You live close to there.
I never seen the house myself.
You'll take a drive. You're like 15 minutes away.
Shit. No, I don't want to go over there. Fuck that. I don't know what might happen the way come home with you. I don't need that shit.
Come home with red eyes and shit.
What's crazy about that is a lot of weird incidences really happen in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's the obvious story, and then there's the prior story that kind of is connected. But, some dude went over there and killed the whole family.
The brother went crazy and shot him with a shotgun.
Excuse me. Wait. So the original murder, it was a family member in the house.
It was a family member. He went out. He went. This is the real story that actually happened. It was a family member. He went out drinking and he came home and murdered everybody with a shotgun in their sleep. That's what actually happened in the house.
And then I thought there was a second incident with the family.
No, that's all movie stuff.
So that what you just described happened. Excuse me. And then there's a family that moves in and then moves out because they claim they experienced this crazy supernatural shit, right?
I guess so. I would think so. Anybody, yeah.
There's this family. I can't think of their name. I read this story. I read the book when I probably shouldn't have. I was like in the second grade, bro. Yeah. And I read this dope ass book. By adult, I meant it was a true haunting, but terrifying. There's actually footage you can probably look up. It's one of the hauntings that I believe is real, bro. Real. They had investigators go to the house. And while investigators were there, they experienced the most wildest shit.
Would you do that for this podcast? Would you go and stay overnight with me in a house? Somebody videotape it in a supposedly haunted house?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not? Fuck no, because I'm telling you, bro, like it's the first podcast, so I don't want to know how open I want to get. But I wholeheartedly believe in spirits. I do.
Me too, man.
I don't know about the afterlife. That's a really confusing shit. And I'm not really religious. I'm more spiritual. But with that said, I believe there's got to be some kind of afterlife. You know what I'm saying? I believe.
Do you believe spirits are good or bad?
I believe they could be both, and there could be something in the middle.
Yeah.
Imagine this, right? Let's be open-minded for a second.
I believe in angels. I believe in angels. That angels looked out for me.
I believe to a degree, absolutely. I believe.
But it's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so if you want to get biblical, in the Bible, it says that spirits that come to you, communicate to you. This is what the Bible says. Are not good. They're evil spirits communicating with you for some kind of bad purpose. That scares me.
Yeah, it does, and I would agree with that. I recommend. I could get open-minded, and some people are like, "Yeah, I see." Because
it says spirits gonna come to you and talk to you. Don't trust them because God wouldn't.
Listen. I say I believe in spirits, but I am the furthest thing from that guy who'd be like, "Yo, let's investigate." I don't want to be like, "Hey, buddy, what's good? How you feeling today? What's on your mind?" I look at it like this, right? Let's be logical for a second. Let's wholeheartedly imagine spirits are real. What is a spirit? A spirit would be a conscience that's trapped, a conscience that can't communicate, can't touch anything, can't feel anything, but is fully aware. Imagine the torment that spirits
and it locks onto you.
Absolutely. I believe in energies and energy attraction, spiritually and not spiritually, just like with the world. I believe in all that shit, bro. And a spirit, if we're talking about spirit in reality, a spirit is like a tortured soul. You're a trapped consciousness. So you got to see people. Imagine that. Imagine you're a ghost, right? You're stuck in a house. You got to watch people pick their nose, scratch their ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. This is something I honestly think about. When people have scary stuff, it tends to be scary areas, right? An attic, a basement, a closet, quote unquote, under the bed, a regular room. But the point I'm getting at is that if someone believes in a haunting or a spirit, they have an area that's more worse than the other areas. What is that area? Almost like a place of privacy. You know what I'm saying?
Or like a doll. It could be in a doll and a painting.
Now you get into scary realm. I don't want to talk about that. I don't deal with this. I don't deal with possessions, bro. I'm talking about spirits. That's my cap. That's my limit.
My man, what if somebody gave you a present or something like that, and it's like a doll, and you walk in to get some milk, you're getting some milk in the kitchen and stuff, and it's like, Jose, what's up? I don't know. I would throw that shit out the window.
Right? I'll give you a little tale. I don't know how much I believe in cursed objects, but maybe there is something to it. You know, I'm open-minded because I can give you an example. One day, my mom's got something from I forgot where. She got something, right? Like the statue to put in the yard. And the fucking statue, ever since it got to my house, would creep me out, scare me, right? And a lot of weird, unexplained shit was happening. People were seeing shit, things were happening.
Damn, that sounds horrible.
I don't say shit to like certain guests, certain friends. They come over and they're telling me they don't like the statue. They're experiencing shit around the statue. We get rid of the statue, all that shit goes away. You know, who knows? You know, I believe in energy, right? And I believe sometimes things can be residual. So maybe an object could retain some negative residual energy. Or maybe there's some spirit or spirits attached to it. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But I'm open-minded. I'm not afraid to say I believe in spirit. Yeah, I've seen really spooky, scary things with people. I've experienced things, didn't tell people they experienced the 100% exact thing. So in my mind, you know, I'm not afraid to say there's something going on. Hopefully people don't think I'm crazy, but I wouldn't hop on far down the rabbit hole podcast if I was scared to admit that. You know,
have you felt like a presence before, or anything like that, or?
Yeah, man, yeah, definitely, yeah. It's scary, not fun. Yeah.
I'm very spiritual. I'm very into God and stuff, but you know, it also makes you very aware of like the evil and the bad things and stuff, and like.
I mean, you know, there's
stuff out there, man. There's stuff out there.
It's not only just bad stuff. You know, you mentioned angels before. You know, angels, when you go back in the historical time, you think of the Renaissance, angels were drawn with the bird wings. They were drawn as people.
They were warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't envision or imagine angels like in those pictures. I might do it, you know, for a fun.
But that's what the Bible says too. It says when you come across an angel, they're like, be nice to everyone because that person might be an angel. So they look like a regular person if you come across one.
I mean, maybe
that's crazy.
So. I guess what I'm ultimately trying to say is that I believe in there got to be entities out there, good and bad. Yeah. And then amongst entities, there's spirits. You know what I'm saying? And who knows? You know, when you think about electricity, when you think about infrared, when you think about radio waves, there are things that exist that we cannot perceive, plain and simple. So who's truly to say that there isn't other realms? Even modern day science no longer rejects the idea of parallel dimensions. They even say, you know, possibly another parallel dimension could be some type of spirit world. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting, man.
I used to have a house, right? I used to have a house. That sounds weird. I used to live in my parents' house. And, you know, one ghost story I can tell you is one day I'm outside. And I'm not even thinking about nothing scary. Nobody's talking about ghosts. I'm just enjoying some fresh air at night. I think I was waiting for somebody to stop by. Across the street, I noticed this apparition just appear. From the waist down, it had like no legs. I didn't notice legs. From the waist up, I really honestly saw an obvious silhouette. Limbs, shoulder, neck, head. You know what I'm saying? Like a person. Appear at the beginning of the driveway, walk up the driveway through the front door, and like run on a loop. I never told nobody of it. I was just like, whatever, I don't know what the fuck that was. A year or two later, I had a guest over. They were standing outside my house. They was waiting for whatever reason by themselves. I was inside doing something. When I came outside, they looked like they just had a traumatic experience. I said, what's wrong? What's happened? And they described back to me what I saw a year prior. Wow. They said they saw an apparition from the waist up appear, go up the driveway into the across the street, someone else's house, and just loop.
That he was doing the running. He was doing the running man.
Yeah, that is too detailed. You know, I'm open-minded, bro. I'm open-minded.
Why you gotta scare me late at night, bro? Why you gotta scare me so late at night?
Yeah, I'm already like looking in the corner, like, what was that? What was that? You know, yeah. You know, when I joked on our Instagram, like, I might not sleep after this. No, I mean, I might not sleep after this.
Yeah,
you know, but you know, it is what it is. You know, growing up. I mean, do you believe certain people could be like how much do you believe in like clairvoyance and people like maybe some people could see more than others or some people could experience things more than others?
I think so. I was just thinking that while you were saying that. I don't want to go into that realm where I could be exposed to that and see that.
I even think,
I think if you ask for it,
yeah,
those things will come and stuff.
Probably. You gotta have intent, man. You got the wrong intent or you get too nosy, definitely. I'm the type of guy you gotta ignore that stuff. If I think I see something, I pretend nothing. If the window just slams shut, I'm like, yeah, it must have been the wind. It was the wind. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm told like that. You can't investigate. You can't do like shit in the movies and set up cameras and film it for a week.
I remember when I was
see that shit.
When I was first becoming a filmmaker and I was gonna do a movie about like Ouija boards before people did that and stuff. And I had some guy from like Egypt contact me and he sent me a video and he's like, please do not make a movie about Ouija boards. It could follow you and it could be evil. Yeah. And he's like, I wrote a book and he sent me his book and he was saying all this crazy stuff. And I did not do that movie. He's like, do not do it.
Don't fuck with the Ouija boards. And if anybody from Egypt warns you about curses,
I can remember him. He was bald, he had brown skin, and he was
they know a lot about curses.
Yeah, he was telling me, and I said, you know what, I ain't messing with it. I am not messing with it.
As far as the Ouija board, wow. Yeah, this rabbit hole is gonna be crazy. You're gonna expose me. But listen,
you went to some crazy stuff.
No, let me tell you about this childhood friend I had. His name was Roberto. I hope I didn't just invoke this motherfucker. I haven't seen this dude since I was in.
He's like, yo, what's up?
Like junior high school. But I dead ass believe this fucker when he used to tell me he used to fuck with witchcraft. He used to say that he was in witchcraft.
Oh my god!
Kids would do the Ouija board. They would always try to get me to do it. Listen, I was wise enough to know you don't want to mess with those things. Whether you believe it or not, I don't want to find out. You know what I'm saying? And then if you do believe in it, you definitely want to do it. So anyway, him and a bunch of kids in the neighborhood, it was popular. They would go to the park and they would play a Ouija board. I would never go with them. So he was a friend of mine. I would bust his balls and say like, just fuck with him. Like, how do you know it's true? Sometimes I believe it. Sometimes I don't. What's going on? You know, when you're growing up, you're learning about the shit. So anyway, he tells me, I swear, well, I'm not bullshitting. I'm not just saying this for the podcast. This is 100% true story. It's frightening. But I don't even remember the saying, and I'm glad I don't. Because I'm the type of dude I'll probably
don't say the saying. Yeah, don't say the saying.
I don't.
Bro, do not invoke shit tonight.
No, I don't play with that stuff.
Lord Jesus, protect us.
I'm the type of guy who can't control my own thoughts. So I'll be at night.
Yo, me too. Why are we like that? I'm like that too, bro.
Man. But anyway, long story short, he says, listen, there's a saying, it's whatever. And when I say that, he was like, if there's any spirits in the room, they will present themselves. He was like, they're around us 24/7. People just don't always acknowledge them or notice them. So anyway, I'm getting mad chills right now, bro.
I know, bro. Oh my god, dude, this thing is crazy.
Will just fuck my shit up. I'm gonna be saging holy water, all that. So
just picture him with a big Puerto Rican afro and like a cloak and stuff, walking around telling you.
He didn't have an afro. He had curly hair at the top and kind of like
yes, exactly.
Glasses and shit. Cool guy. He had a good heart, Yeah. But I just I'm like, listen, bro, that stuff is bad stuff. And he used to say, oh, don't worry about it. I'm into it. That's what I do. But I'm not gonna do nothing too crazy. You got to know what you're doing. That's what he always say. So anyway, so one day he says, listen, if you don't believe this is real, he's like, I'm gonna say the same during class, and say no more. That's gonna prove it. And I'm like, what's gonna happen? He's like, you're gonna find out. Yo, I'll never forget this day. In this junior high school, I believe this is junior. So in this junior high school, in one of our class, I believe it was science class. I don't know how your classes were built in Long Island, but they had multiple rows of windows. So no lie, no exaggeration, there was at least 20 windows, maybe 30, just lined up. Boom, 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 boom. All the windows were open. The classrooms used to set up the desks like in a square, so I could see him across the room. And he looks at me and he gives me a signal. He's like, I'm about to say it. And he whispers it. Bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Last word left his shit, like his words. Every window slammed shut.
Come on,
when I
man.
Slammed shit shut, it didn't shut all at once. Because then maybe you could argue a huge gust of wind somehow. No, bro, it went boom, 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 boom. Yo, till the whole shit was done. And everyone just stood completely stunned. And we just all looked at each other like, what the fuck? And he just looked at me with this look like, I did that. smiling and laughing. And yo, to that day, man, he frightened me. He scared me.
Horrifying, bro.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid him and his friends. Yeah, I'm not into that stuff. That's bad stuff. It's
you don't play games with that stuff, man.
Yeah, you don't, bro. What about
I remember
you?
when I was studying it, they said never buy a used mirror.
Interesting.
Because they said that's how they communicate with the spirits, like the people who into witchcraft. So never buy a used mirror at like a
say that because a lot of spiritual stuff and spooky stuff
that gives me chills too, bro.
Also lines up with science. I just read an article today that was explaining that scientists believe they discovered the way our world runs forward. Well, we perceive it as running forward in time. That's like for a science show, but because science is supposed to loop. But anyway, it was saying that you ever watch Stranger Things on Netflix?
Yeah.
Like an upside down world exists.
I might watch it. I might watch the third season starting tonight.
Great! Man, you gotta watch that. Amazing. But there's like an opposite world, and the same way time is going forward, we have the opposite going backwards. Science also just parallel dimensions with string theory. I don't know if you know string theory. You know what string theory is?
No. Break it down real quick.
In layman's terms, this is the best way scientists explain it in layman's terms. Imagine a waiter. You go to a restaurant, you order a meal. So you order, let's say, the lox, right? So you know those dishes with the lid that cover a meal? So when a human thinks, has will, has intent, makes a decision, they manifest a reality. Reality, atoms have to choose things, let's say negative or positive. So what scientists discovered with, I forget what it's called, the hydraulic something cylinder, they were smashing light together, right? And when they smashed light together through these pipes, certain parts of the pipes were covered and no human could perceive it. Certain parts of the pipe were open. But either way, this machine was registering all this data. And when the data was coming through, what they noticed is when they sent the positive signal through, it was positive and negative during the points where no human could perceive it. During the window parts of the pipe, the humans that perceived it, they perceived the positive flow that was sent through. On the other pipe, they sent through negative, and the same thing happened. When humans perceived it, it was positive and or negative. And when humans couldn't perceive it, both signals were both positive and negative, right? So what it argues is that everything exists at the same time. So if you have a meal, you got a dish, and you got it being covered by that fancy shit cover. The waiter brings it out. The waiter goes to the back. He says, table 5 has ordered lox. The chef makes the lox. A lox is on the table. He makes the lox. When he puts it on the plate and the plate gets covered, it's a lox. It's a chicken sandwich. It's a cheeseburger. It's a bag of chips. It's a cookie. It's whatever. Everything you can think of. This is what science argues and scientists argue. And then when it comes back to the plate and the cover is lifted, humans are going to perceive it, and the human manifested what it should be. So it's going to open up, and you're going to see the lox. So now what that side argument is, what that argues is that every decision you can make creates another parallel universe of you. And every major decision you make, string theory. Yes, Tommy Nunzio, he knows what I'm talking about. Nice. I didn't know you know about that shit. It is. It's crazy stuff. It's deep. It took me a minute to wrap my mind around it. But pretty much any major decision you make is the you now. But every other decision you didn't make, there's another you living that life out right now.
Damn, bro.
And then while that's happening, they argue that there's every dimension of everything you think of. Lightning worlds, fucking talking dinosaur worlds. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, what the hell?
It, bro. First episode coming hard. Thank you, Tommy, for listening. And thank you, Tommy, for dropping that doctor. To be honest, I never even heard of this doctor. Or maybe I've seen him. I don't know their names, the different scientists and shit. I'm just like.
We got into everything tonight. Man. Holy
man. Damn, I had something I was gonna ask you and I just forgot. Always been into crazy science shit forever, my brother. Yes, definitely. Yeah, science gets trippy. What were we talking about before string theory? I had a point for that.
We were talking about people like your friend with the witchcraft and everything, and it's crazy, man.
Mirrors. We were talking about mirrors.
Oh, mirrors, yeah. Don't ever buy a used mirror because that's how
an ancient legend. How do you feel about this? I believe it was the Native Americans. They believed that if you took a picture, it stole your soul.
Yeah, they went into all types of crazy shit.
Times we take pictures, it didn't steal your soul. But I don't know, like the mirror shit, our reflection. This is gonna sound weird, right? And this hasn't happened to me in years. But when I was young, I used to get creeped out and feel like I didn't trust my reflection. I used to look at my reflection
like Peter Pan shadow that it was.
I see my reflection like, I know you're in there, motherfucker. I know that's not me. You're just pretending to be me, you bastard. I don't know.
Damn, you used to talk to it, bro.
No, not seriously. I'm being jokester right now, having fun with it. But I mean to say is that you ever just looked in the mirror and just stared at yourself? You never did that?
Yeah, it is weird when even looking at the camera right now, just looking at myself. I took my eyes off of you and I'm looking at me. It is kind of weird.
Is it weird or are you weird looking? What are you saying?
Both. Something's gonna come behind me or something like that, man.
I mean, you're exposing me, Will. Let's expose you. You ever seen a spirit?
Have I ever seen a spirit?
Think you've seen a spirit? Either or?
I think so. I think I've been in like contact with them and I felt them and stuff. I've seen like really fast, presence, like a really fast presence, and it would be
I got something. I just want to shout out Tom Annunzio. He said who the scientist was, and I know who he's talking about now. It's the Asian guy with the long gray hair. Back to what you were saying. Some people believe that when you see something at the corner of your eyes, that's like a sign. Not a sign, but like that's where you can see stuff if you're not a seer. And then if you see stuff, you can see stuff. Who knows? If you look at you probably heard about the pineal gland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once was
the third eye, right?
Yeah, you could use the term third eye, but the pineal gland is a legit muscle. It's in your body, right? Biologically.
What are you talking about? You're getting freaky here, bro.
Like people into spirituality, I'm gonna break it down some for you. People that look into spirituality, chakra, something like that, they mention the pineal gland. But biologically, the pineal gland exists. It's a part of your body. It's a muscle in your brain.
Yeah.
I was talking to a nurse, and they even teach you the pineal gland in nurse school. They would teach you how the pineal gland shrunk.
Like right here, right?
Yeah, it shrunk, right? No one knows what that did exactly, but we do know two things. It was attached to the subconscious part of our brain, and it had something to do with DMT. I don't know how much you know about DMT, but DMT is classified as an hallucinogen. It's not.
Yeah, it's
not. Activate the hallucinatory territory part of your brain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm getting deep for you, bro. I'm a scientist in my own right, bro.
Yeah, man. That's like Joe Rogan. He goes in the chamber.
Back to the spirits thing. So you mentioned one time, you're not gonna sleep after this, but I'm nosy. I want to know. I know tons of shit I've been through, but I want to know what you've been through. You said you felt one before, so talk to us. What did you experience?
Bro, I don't want to go that deep right now.
If you don't want to, I will allow you to plead the fifth for now. We can. I'll
plead the fifth. We'll save that for a whole nother episode because I got stories.
I'm just saying it better be scary, bro. My fiance has
sleep paralysis. People like sleep.
That's scary stuff. I had a phase.
Sleep paralysis or something. How do you say it? Sleep paralysis.
Paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. Yes, I've had that happen. All right, you want to hear the story?
Oh yeah, fuck it, go for it. And I'll drop.
I'll tell you the story. Okay, so
we got another 30 minutes.
Yeah. So one time when I was young, I was staying at my dad's house sleeping. Yeah. And whatever, I could hear my pops and my old dog that passed away, Snoopy. Shout out to my boy Snoopy. He was a good dog.
Shout out Snoopy.
And I'm sleeping or whatever, and then all of a sudden I feel like this man like pushing down on my chest, mad hard, bro. It was like a big, strong dude, and I couldn't move, and it's like a feeling where your whole body's tingling, and I was wide awake. Yeah. And I was like trying to scream. I was like, and I could hear my pops, and I could hear the dog walking around.
Yeah.
And nothing happened. It was like the worst pain. Like I was about to die. I was ready to die. I'm telling you, man. I was like ready to die. And I don't know what happened that it went away. I kind of started saying a prayer. I started saying like, God help me. And and so it went away. Then years later, it happened again, like in the same room and stuff, right? And same thing happened. I said this time it happened. It was more intense. It was like the pain, and it was like pushing down on me, like trying to suffocate me. So I started saying Jesus, Jesus, and it went away. Boom. So when I was in like my late 20s and like hanging out with like, different females and stuff or whatever, living, not living the best life or whatever. This time it was like a female one, bro. It was like a female one, and she was like touching me like in a fresh way, but it wasn't good. It was almost like a rape kind of thing. It was really, this is really disturbing to talk about.
You mentioned male and female. Do you Do you have a description you could give us of
No, not really. It was just very
because using that
but
the hazy dream state, right?
you could feel, yeah, it was the same. It was the same thing, but it was a different entity. It was like a female one, and it was like kind of like in a mean, like sexual type of thing. And I had the same thing. I started praying Jesus, and yo, from that day forward, bro, I put a picture of Jesus over my bed, and nothing ever happened again. And I always sleep with a Bible next to my bed.
Shouts out to Tommy.
Tommy said something.
Again. Oh, and he says he got some good stories for us. We definitely have guests on the show. We're gonna bring you on, bro. Want to hear? But you strike an interesting story, right? I'll tell you a story. I used to have and
I'm sorry for sharing that. I know that's deep with the people in my family. If they see this, it's true, man. That's what happened.
I mean, yeah, it is what it could be tons of stuff. It could be spiritual, supernatural, or it could be some human condition that we're unaware of that is really common. But I once read that I don't know if they're scientists or the psychologists, but somebody in a book somewhere wrote that they believe at least 3 to 5 Americans experience sleep paralysis. They don't know it. They don't always report it. No one knows what it is, why it's happening.
And then when you look it up biblically, it's like a demon that looks like a freaking
it's interesting you say that. Oh, what?
It looks like a gargoyle that sits on your chest.
I looked into that stuff too, right? So there's a lot of folklore, legends, different tribes.
But the pressure's in the chest area.
Yeah. They used to call it witch riding. If you look at like the legends and the folklore.
Chest, mad hard.
Yeah. I've experienced sleep paralysis. Only one time I felt like something was up. Yeah. Tell me. For me, it was odd because it only happened for like a year, but it happened for like a year straight. It only happened in one house. It was bad though. It was so bad I didn't sleep for almost a year. Anytime I fell asleep, it was instant sleep paralysis. I seen all types of shit. I don't know what the fuck I was going through.
Elaborate. This is really
it's hard to elaborate honestly because you're in such a fucked up dream state, hazy state. It's very confusing. But ultimately, I've seen a lot of like these shadow figures. As far as the shadow figures, I can't quite put my finger on it because. So I got interested in this stuff, right? We're gonna get into folklore. A lot of folklores believe in this entity called the jinn. I have a very
you're getting into.
If we're gonna be honest, I have a very weird theory, right?
Mm-hmm.
I propose to you: what if there are entities out there that exist? I use the term entity, but you could even liken them to like a species we don't know about. What if there are entities out there that feed off of energy, like in the folklores and the legends of the jinn? But they're not spirits. They're not deceased people. I'm saying there probably are spirits in the game. I believe that, right? But outside of that, I've experienced things and I've had many friends experience things that don't add up. A spirit, right? I would imagine if we're going to consider spirits to be real, logically, we'll consider them as being beings that are bored, mischievous, bitter, maybe jealous, all those different like human attached emotions, right? Hear me out. But one thing they shouldn't have is survival, fear, and hiding. Many people who report sleep paralysis also report seeing shadowy entities that are hiding, and when they're noticed, they have to escape and they look afraid. I've witnessed 3 shadow figures that you can't see through them, full on shadow. But the strangest shit because the shit looks scared. Like the first example, I was with 2 friends. We're talking about something. I'm not thinking about spirits. We're having a regular day. And something walks up my driveway, a full shadow figure, head to toe. I see the arms swinging like a normal person walks, the legs moving. And I just started stuttering. My friends are like, what's wrong? And I'm like, do you guys see that? And they're like, no, I don't see nothing. But we got we got chills. Their hairs were standing up. And I don't know, they felt like something was there. And I'm like, bro, there's some shadow thing walking up the driveway right towards us. I get scared for fucking my mind. They one of my friends says he thinks he sees it coming. Then all of a sudden they can't see it. But the point I'm getting at is that it walks past us like it don't even notice us. It's minding its own business.
Wow.
Not trying to scare me. All of a sudden I see like something walking and then it stops and it turns like this. And when it turns like, what the fuck? How do you see me? And when I did that, it does that. I stare at it. I just look stunned and I'm like, guys, it just stopped in front of us. It's looking right at us. All of a sudden, the shit takes off, runs.
That's bugged out.
Another time, I'm walking home from the store. And I'm not afraid to say this because I know mad people who witnessed this too. They saw like the shadow figure that's hiding. And when you notice it, it takes off and it tries to hide. I was walking home from the store one day. I went out and bought snacks. And I stopped dead in my tracks because I saw this shadow entity hiding in the bushes. And it was trying to hide from the streetlights of cars passing by. Maybe I was hallucinating, but I don't hallucinate like hallucinations like a crazy person. But on the same note, I do believe the human brain possibly could just make random hallucinations. So I'm open-minded to the fact that maybe I hallucinated, but I'm being 100% honest with you. This is what I witnessed. This is what I saw. Whatever it was hiding, and it was waiting for the right opportunity to cross the street. What the fuck does that? That makes no sense. So it's hiding. It's timing the headlights.
It was a shadow entity. It's a shadow figure.
Yeah, you can't see it. So it's solid black, but you can see limbs, body parts, right? It runs and hides. It runs across the street, hides in the bushes. A friend of mine, you know, I forgot how it went, but I talked to her the next day, or I seen her the next day, and she was kind of acting like something happened last night. Something was bothering her. I'm like, what's wrong? She was like, you know, last night I witnessed something. I don't know what I saw. I'm like, well, tell me. This is not someone I spoke to about things like this. So they were not open. She was like, last night my brother was over. We hung out. And when my brother left, as he was leaving in the car, I saw this shadow figure hiding in my yard. And it was about to leave my yard. And when my brother came out, it ran back into the yard and hid. She was like, but I could see it clear as day. It wasn't a person. It was like a shadow figure. She said it waited for him to get in the car and then left. And then crawled, like hidden out her yard. And she describes what I saw. Like it was waiting for headlights to pass. And it was trying to move from like dark area to dark area and like escape. If you look at the Jinn folklore, they believe there was these shadow entities that fed off of people's emotions, like fear, angst, anger.
So the Jinn is a shadow figure, basically.
I don't know, maybe. I'm just saying that maybe the reason why it's a legend is because they were aware of it. And then at a certain point, humankind became unaware of it. So it gets chalked up into ghosts, hallucinations, or crazy people. But who the fuck knows? Like we've never examined the ocean. You know how deep the ocean goes?
You don't know.
Maybe there is things out there that we don't know that.
Well, there's definitely with sea monsters and all that crazy stuff down there, bro.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. People probably like, yo, this fucking giant is crazy. The giant octopus is real. They've already proved that. And the megalodon is back.
So check this out.
You know, the megalodon is back. I'm sorry, yeah.
It's back.
Yeah, bro. You don't know?
That one?
You didn't see the documentaries? Bro, the shit came back, was biting blue whales back in like 2015.
All right, hang on. A shadow person, also known as a shadow figure, shadow being, or black mass, is the perception of a patch of shadow as a living humanoid figure and interpreted as a presence of a spirit or other entity by believers in the paranormal, supernatural.
And they say once you see one, you'll see them again, because now
several psychological and psychological conditions can account for reported experience of shadow shapes seeming alive, as sleep paralysis is a sufferer may perceive a shadow incident shape approaching them when they awake. Oh my god, it's giving me chills.
The story I told you about, I wasn't experiencing sleep paralysis when it happened, but when I've experienced sleep paralysis, I thought I've noticed shadow figures near
but it's the real thing. It's a real
while
thing.
I was experiencing it. So what I argue is, what if while you're dreaming, they kind of feed off the energy a little bit? And and I'm not saying we're in danger or anything.
Yeah.
Because if we were, we would be in danger already. They probably would eat us all.
Yeah.
But what if there's things out there where we can't see with our eyes per se, because our pineal gland shrunk or whatever the case may be, and there's things out there that are like, yo, these fuckers don't know.
Listen, if you seek it, you find
them at night.
Listen, if you seek it, you find. I believe that if you want to go down that hole and look for stuff, there's ways, and there's books. Books have the most knowledge out of anything. TV, media, video, it's all controllable. Books, that's where real wisdom lies. That's like unedited knowledge right there.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm saying you could go deep and really learn on it, but when you get into that stuff, there's a price to pay. You're gonna have to pay a price to get into that stuff. For me as a spiritual person, I feel like you should leave those things alone. You shouldn't enter those things. I feel like those things, a lot of those things are not godly, and they want people to come and look to them so they could freaking
Yeah,
I look at man.
I look at like spirits like needing attention. So when you
Opening
give them
doors.
attention, you open the door. Yeah, that's
Yes.
exactly what I was doing.
And you don't open those doors, man.
So don't investigate why a spirit might, like some people be like, oh, I think my room is haunted, so I'm gonna look up, you know, like if someone died. Like, don't do that.
Yes, and then they follow you. They
yeah.
Like you said, they're angry, they're lost, they want to latch on.
Yeah. On the very least, they just want attention. They want to be acknowledged. They want to interact. These are all human emotions. Imagine if you was a human being and you could no longer be heard and seen or speak to other aware. It got to be tragic for them. I almost feel bad, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I almost feel bad. And I believe there's all types. I believe there's some that are mischievous, some that are cruel, some that are angry, some that are sad.
We'll go deep on that. We're gonna go deep on that on a future episode.
Yeah, we definitely gotta have like an episode that we break down the cliches
supernatural
and like really dope stories. You know what I'm saying?
This was really good, man. I really enjoyed this with the Shadow. We went in so many different directions, but like I said, this is just the intro show. You know, basically getting to know us and what scares us. What else you got, Jose? You got anything else, man? Anything else?
I mean, we could go down this whole.
You're done scared the shit out of me tonight.
Yeah, we could go down this whole forever, but like you said, we should save some for the other shows. So with the remaining time, I think we should not, you know, we could get more into the spiritual thing, like in topics and subjects, you know, because there's so much shit, you know, and what I would like is a chance to defend myself, because I'm already a little self-conscious, because I'm like, yo, my first show of these new podcasts, they're like, yo, this dude said he believes in ghosts. But bro, there were times in history, or you go to other countries and it's more accepted belief. You look at I forget which era and time. All right, hear me out. Nowadays, if you saw a ghost video, you wouldn't believe it, obviously, right? Because all the technology, Photoshop, shit like that. Yeah. What about before all that? There used to be black and white photos. Back in the day, seances used to be really popular. People would have seances all the time. In those photos, before photos could be doctored, I got it right? Because before they could be fake. Yeah. They had photos of people who performed seances with, I think, what they call like ectoplasm, like Ghostbusters, the black stuff coming out their mouths. You ever seen those photos?
Oh my God, photos,
You never saw those photos. Damn, I'm a history buff. This was before. Listen, I was born in 1984, right? So I'm talking about, I seen this shit. I looked up this shit before internet was out. Somebody's probably like, oh, you saw fake photos. I saw real shit. You know, when I was in 11th grade, right? The people don't know shit. When I was in 11th grade, we had to do a project for PIG. And in that project, I chose genetic engineering and gene splicing. I went to my school library and I pulled out a book that was published in 1977. It had photos from the 1950s. And these were real photos of animals spliced with vegetables.
Damn.
What does that even mean? Yo, people probably think I'm full of shit. I'm not full of shit.
No, man, I believe you. Look at the Nazis. They don't believe it. I don't give a fuck. The Nazis try and put people's heads on other people's bodies.
Yeah, we got to have a day about the MK Ultra. That is, I can tell you guys about real declassified, paid with tax dollars.
Oh, we got to get into Area 51.
Things that they did that were proven in court and admitted. Wow. This shit, Area 51 is nothing compared to MK Ultra. MK Ultra, if you don't know about MK Ultra, bro, that got to be like at least episode 3, not episode 2. These are real files that the government released and said, hey, we did that.
Damn, nah, man, I want to get into this.
Bro, they spent millions of dollars on trying to reanimate dead bodies.
What?
Trying to create mind control, trying to create. This is real documents, real files, bro. For at least 4 decades, our government was doing this with tax dollars.
Unbelievable.
They used to go to buffets and plant acid in it, see what happened.
Yes, that's what I mean. It was on the Joe Rogan podcast. They used to, if there's a name where they used to have these parties and they would put acid and study people. They would give people acid and get their reactions.
Do you know the history of psychology and how psychology was invented?
No, go ahead, tell me.
Dude, for years and years and years, was given children that people didn't want anymore, and he ran all these crazy psychological experiments to design the entire field of psychology.
Oh my God.
You know, he's considered the pioneer godfather because he invented all the terms and the things you would study in that field. But the means to get that were horrifying and dramatic. Bro, he tortured and experimented on kids in asylum. People in asylum. Crazy. Yeah, tons of shit. Future episodes.
Yes, I want to get into the hospital. What is it?
Pictures, names, real events.
I want to get into Pilgrim's Fate. I think the one that they were doing the experiments on people where it got shut down, that might be the wrong one on Long Island.
I can look this stuff up. Right now I'm doing a lot of paraphrasing. Before episode, I'll come correct.
No, I got you, man. We're just like, this is the intro. It's okay. This is the intro episode. We're just touching on everything. We're getting into everything. So at least people are gonna get. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I was just gonna ask you. What other odd things interest you that we can cover on the show coming up?
Oh my God, so many.
And we go seek these things out, and we'll.
That's deliver. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we need to do this, guys. For us, to be honest with you, we got to lighten up the mood because I'm pretty sure Will's like me, and I'm scared. I'm scared of the fuck. Right?
But this is what they like: true crime, true drama. So this is like a true crime, true drama show, and also supernatural. I mean, haunted pictures, mysterious stuff, disappearance. We covered 2 big disappearances today, and there was really not much to say about it. It's just they were just so weird and strange. Just the strange and the unsolved I want to really dig deep into.
Oh, bro.
Just the human experience, what people are going through. I want to look at it, break it down, and explain it. So that's the point of this show.
I've once seen this documentary about child serial killers. It was one of the most fascinating. Children serial killers, dog. We got episodes.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Be lit. I got you. Yeah, that's good. That's another episode. Is that a thing, my dude? It's such a thing. It's such a thing that it had a documentary where.
Wait a second. You're talking about serial killers that kill children, like John Gacy,
children that are serial killers.
Children that are serial killers and murder people.
Children that will kill the fuck out of you.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I would like to think I could take a little kid in a fight.
Man, I'll punt him, man. I'll freaking I'll give him the rock bottom.
This documentary ran over the most high-profile cases a couple years back to back. So what that means is this is an occurrence that happens every year. Children are capable of murder too. Anybody's capable of murder. You know what I mean? There's lots of, unsolved mysteries like Carol Baskin. She killed them. I cannot believe she got away with murder.
That was such a setup.
But I mean,
all right, let's end this with Tiger King. Tiger King theories. All right, this is how we're gonna end this.
Before we do, for the people who didn't see Tiger King, now's a fair time to shut it off for no spoilers.
Spoiler time, bitches.
We'll say it 3 times so we don't get crushed by a fan base. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Now's the time to get off. Spoiler warning. All right, go. Now you can talk about whatever you want freely. And
okay, so we saw Tiger King. Everybody did it. You should have watched it on now. It's one of the best documentaries out.
Yeah, fascinating.
Basically, Joe Exotic was this crazy, eccentric guy who had a tiger farm or whatever the hell you call it. And he wasn't the best guy in the world. He was gay. He was crazy.
He was better than Carol. Like, I know Joe Exotic towards the end went crazy and he did many fucked up things.
Yeah.
All those people, as fucked up as they were in dysfunction, everyone was still a better human being than Carol Baskin. That's my.
There's so much to touch on that I can't even get into. So there was another lady who had another nonprofit tiger zoo named Carol Baskin. Carol Baskin. There's a rap song about her, and she, her husband just disappeared. She married this millionaire guy, and he disappeared. And Joe was accusing her of feeding her husband to the tigers, which it perfectly made sense that she did.
She even jokes how she would do it.
So Joe was getting into problems, and he made all these crazy threats. He would do a live show like we're doing now. Not as good as us, but he did a live show, and he would do these threats. He would shoot like a mannequin like her and say he would kill her and stuff. So he came into that. She sued him. And took everything he had. So he met this other guy. I forgot the fucking guy's name, and he was this really shady guy from Vegas. Basically, they incriminated Joe into hiring his friend as a hitman. Am I right? To kill Carol Baskin.
More than incriminate, they literally
set him up.
Yeah, it was.
You drop the knowledge on him.
Get exact details. My mind's all over the place. But long story short, they knew he wanted to kill her. They knew he joked, and not just joked, but he was kind of serious about he would pay someone to kill her. So they hit him up like, "Hey Joe, we know somebody that would do it." That's literally what they did. And why did they do that? Because they themselves were facing criminal charges. Mm-hmm. They pretty much threw him under the bus because they could get bigger criminal charges. So it's a bigger case. And that's what happened. So they were wired. They hooked him up with a fake hitman who was planted. Honestly, it's weird. It's tough to say. I guess I would look like I'm defending him. And he had bad intentions to kill someone, which is wrong. But on the same note, he was definitely incriminated. You know what I mean?
I actually absolutely believe they should free Joe Exotic. I think they should free him.
Yeah, just because of how the whole shit went down with the fake hitman, all that other shit. With that said, though, spoiler warning was already said, so we can spoil things. At this point, if you didn't watch Tiger King and you plan to, get the fuck out. But that was fucked up what he did about the crocodiles. Those crocodiles died. You know what I'm saying? So he could blame that. You remember? He burned down the little hut.
Yeah, and he killed the crocodiles.
The documentary shit. So he had beef with the documentary guy.
But we don't know who did that. They don't know who did that though.
Joe did that. Joe said he thinks it was Carol. Come on.
The funny thing is, the guy who did it put on a hat like the documentary guy, and he was walking like him, this goofy walk. It was obviously Joe who did it, but we never got a confession. We never got a confession though.
You know what bothered me about Carol? Besides the fact that she's a husband and she's a bitch and she got away with it, she was a fucking hypocrite. If you watch that documentary, she accused all these pet tiger owners of being abusive and negligent and only wanting tigers to exploit them and make all this money. And she said they abused them. But did you notice that all the tigers in all the other compounds were friendly with their owners, pet them, touch them, and they had to run around? But if you look at Carol's compound, not a single fucking tiger liked her. Did you notice that theme? The whole season? She'd walk past the cage and that motherfucker tried to eat her. She didn't know none of the tigers on that level. And all the tigers were trapped in a cage. And it fucking bothers me, and it's disturbing that humans can be so easily deceived. She was perceived as the white knight, the saint, for saving the animals. And they're in this tight-ass cage till they die. She's like, I saved this animal from those. And then she says they're criminals and they're bad for making money off of the animals and selling pictures and selling the kittens. But she did the same thing, and she was the richest one. She actually had millions. They were struggling. So she's a bitch.
Yeah, and Joe, they ended up that Joe did kill tigers, murder tigers, but he said that they were sick. I don't know. You got to watch it and go deep into it, man.
That's different because, and I'm not condoning that. I'm not justifying that. But there still is a major difference because look at the tigers. They looked happy, bro.
Yeah,
you saw
they did.
They loved it. He could walk down his compound in any.
People are always going to make accusations too.
Yo, he could walk down this compound during any year of that documentary because it was over at least 5 years, and every tiger in that motherfucker knew him. They'd be like, "Yo, what up, Joe?"
Did you watch the last episode?
A tiger loves you.
Did you watch the episode that like got uploaded where they did like after the coronavirus, where they did like this episode where everybody?
I didn't notice that they added
a bonus extra episode, and it split. A lot of the people he worked with said he was an evil guy. He did this and that, and then people stood up for him and had a kind heart. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it because it gives you clothes on.
I'm not saying he's a great person, but what I can say is that Carol's full of shit with her cause. And
he hates Carol Baskin.
No, but also too, you gotta think about it. Her life goal.
She's a snake. She's the biggest snake.
Yeah, I mean, but let's get past the fact that she's a hypocrite for a second, right? Because there's another issue. In all honesty, to be 100%, let's put it on the table. If these tiger owners didn't exist, these tigers wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
At the end of the documentary, I think they say there's like 3,000 in the world. Like 2,000 are tiger owners. If you don't allow rich people to own these tigers, they wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Because humans are fucking up the world everywhere, for their needs. So it's like, just let them do their thing and regulate them. Maybe make sure they're treating the animals correctly. So I'm not saying fuck animals, obviously, you know what I'm saying?
Have you ever seen a tiger in person? Up close?
Not up close, no.
I did, bro. They're real monsters. They're huge. They're scary, bro. They tried to pee on me, bro.
He tried to pee on you?
Yeah, there was glass, though.
If he had peed on you, what would you have done about it? Nothing.
Shit. Those are the real monsters in the world. Yo, man, I had a blast, man. This was fun. First episode in the books.
Yeah, first episode. Yep, we're at that mark. Yeah, we definitely should keep it to like 2 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we could go as long, and we have a guest. We could go as long as you want, man. The format for this is unlimited. Yeah,
absolutely. I just first episode we'll keep it a little short and sweet. But I'm definitely not against going longer. Absolutely, especially nights with more topics. I mean, unless you have more topics to hit me with, but if not, I would prefer to save some of the good shit I could think of. Us talking about. Just so we can get more in depth and I can bring more details to show our audience. You know what I'm saying? Because I know, like,
No, I was just gonna say for the people who are gonna listen to this on Spotify and the audio, this is gonna be a weekly show every Wednesday night. You know, if that every Wednesday night we're gonna bring it to you. Yeah, we're really excited. Sorry about the little technical difficulties. I was trying to switch from Facebook to Twitch. I got to figure out what formats. Maybe we'll go Twitch and Facebook and not YouTube. And we'll upload to YouTube after. I had to figure it out, and I switched it. And for some reason, it disconnected me. Jose kept the show going, so I apologize. But we're gonna go deep down, and we're gonna dig into all these things. We just wanted to get an intro show going, and we were, all over the place, but it was all fun, different topics, and it was a blast, man. It was scary. You had me scared at some points.
I ain't gonna lie, you stirred me up too. I'm a little nerve rattled. Absolutely.
And we ended with something nice.
Get more in depth with some of the topics we brought up today. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to the Ultra project.
I know we're gonna get the
on the project, yo, because people that dog. I can't wait to an MK Ultra project.
Yes.
Again, I said the project. I'm like so fixated on that because that's what it was, for the government, and it has to do with a lot of shit that's great for the rabbit hole. Our government literally tried to create time travel, zombies, mind control.
Okay, so every episode we're gonna have a topic that we're gonna get into, break down, and analyze. Like the next one, he already called it. It's gonna be government conspiracy. So he's gonna have his conspiracies, and I'm gonna bring mine, and we're gonna bring it to you guys. We're really excited, guys. I know the show was kind of wild, but this was the intro show, just getting to know us. I hope you guys had fun. Jose, you got anything else you wanna learn with? Go ahead, man. Take us home.
Embrace your freak side, embrace the world, because we don't know everything, and all the people that tell you they know everything don't know shit.
They don't know shit. That's the first thing you learn. You young kids out there, when you grow up, adults don't know shit. You learn on your own, and you be a good person, and that's what life's about, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me, bro. Absolutely.
I have fun, man. I'm looking forward to doing this every week, and just going deeper down the rabbit hole. Right now, we just dug the hole, and we made like the hole in the ground. We didn't go down yet, though.
Put your foot on the shovel and you just kind of like break.
Yes,
that's what we did right now.
We broke ground. We're not down there yet. But all right, guys, thank you for listening. Definitely check us out next week. We'll be on Spotify, Pocket Cast, iTunes. We just got on iTunes. It takes some time to get on there. This should be coming there soon. Thank you guys. You guys rock. You can check us out on YouTube, Nemesis Beast, and Twitch, Nemesis Beast. We'll see you guys next week when we go far down the rabbit hole. Thanks for watching, guys. Thank you, Jose.
Guys, for watching.